and welcome to another transcription explanation video. I will be covering this design using this key, which is Sherman's version of Gallifreyan. It's a fan-made script that makes things like this legible. Anyway, so you read bottom counterclockwise, starting at the bottom of our sentence circle and going to our first word and reading the bottom counterclockwise of that. So here's the bottom of that. Here's our first stem we hit. It's a 50% or less completed circle, which is this stem, with no modifiers on it, so no dots or lines, even though there are two vowels on it. So that's a T. And here are the two vowels. It's a double line, so it's a double letter. And it's an O because it's towards the middle of our word circle, and it's like a beat on the string on this stem. So that's T-O-O. And then continuing around, this is just a decoration bump. Here is our next word. This is the word circle. Here's the bottom of it. Here's the first stem. And on it, well, it's a stem that is a circle inside our word circle. So like this, this, or this. And on it, lines passing through it do not count, but one line ending on it, two lines ending on it, three lines ending on it makes this an M. And here's another vowel, smaller circle inside of our stem, with a line going outwards, making it a U. So M-U. Here's our next stem. It's a more than 50% completed circle, like this one. And it has two dots on it, making it a CH. So M-U-C-H. And all of these lines passing through the stem don't mean anything. They're all just lines. Okay, so much. Continuing around, here's our next word before getting into this sentence circle. This starts with a vowel. It's a little O hanging out inside our word circle. And then there's another more than 50% completed circle stem with 1, 2, 3 lines on it, making it an F. So of. Continuing around, here's our next word here. This is just a stem on this word. Anyway, next word is this circle. It's kind of hard to identify where the word circles are in this one because there's so much stuff going around. But if you follow any of these lines, this is the only one that actually has stems and modifiers on it. Anyway, so here's the bottom of it. Here's our first letter. It's an A. It's a vowel hanging out outside the circle. A. Continuing around, here's our next one. It's an N because it's a circle inside the circle with one line on it. Line passes through, it doesn't count. Line passes through, it doesn't count. Only one line ends on it. So A-N, continuing around. Okay. This double circle is a stacked stem. You read thin to thick. So the thin one next to it has two dots. Two dots on a circle on the line. So like this with two dots. Makes it a Y. And then this has nothing on it. So it's a TH. So A-N-Y-T-H. Okay, here's a little circle. It's a vowel. It's an I because it's got a line going towards the middle. So this is like an I, B, I, J, I, T, I, T, H, I, because B, J, T, T, H, Y. Anyway, an I by itself, line going towards the middle. And now here we have another stem with 1, 2, 3 lines on it. 1 line, 2 line, 3 line. And line past third doesn't count. Anyway, so that is an NG. So A-N-Y-T-H-I-N-G. And that's the trickiest word in this bit. Okay, and here is another word. Here's the bottom of it. Continuing around counterclockwise. Here is a little circle, so it's a vowel with a line going towards the middle, making it an I. And here's a line that is 50% or less, and it has 1, 2, 3 lines on it, making it an S. So is. Here's the next word. Here's the bottom of it. This is an omega with nothing on it. B. Here's an A outside of it. And then here's an omega with 3 dots. Bad. And this is a comma. So too much of anything is bad, comma. And here's our next sentence circle. Here is the bottom of it. This is just a line that I put my punctuation on. Here's our first word. Okay, here's the first stem. It's another B. It's an omega with nothing on it. Here's another U, line going towards the outside. And this is a T. T stem, nothing on it. Okay, but. Now, here's our next word. It is another 2, just like this 2. T, double O. The thickness of these doesn't matter as long as they're the same thickness. So, but 2. Here's another much, just like our last much. Here, even though they look totally different. Here's the bottom. Here's our first stem. It's an M because it has 1, 2, 3 lines on it. Lines can be curved, it doesn't matter. And then here's a U, line going towards the outside. MU, just like this. 1, 2, 3 lines, M and U, line going outside. MU. And here's a CH, just like this CH, except, thicker. Much. And here's our next word. Here's the bottom of it. It's an omega with one line and an O on it. That's a G, O. Here's another little O, G-O-O, and here's a D, just like that. 3 dots, 1, 2, 3 dots, good. Here's the bottom of the next word. Here's our first stem. One line ending on it. This line passes through it. This line ends on it. So that's a W. W. Okay. Here's our next stem. It's more than 50% completed, so it's here. And on it, there's one line. This one passes through. It doesn't count. Here's two lines. H. Here's an I line going towards the middle. Here's another S because 1, 2, 3 lines. S. Here's our next stem. It's a circle inside the circle with 2 dots. K. And here's our last stem. It's a circle on the line with 2 dots. 1 dot, 2 dot. And lines passing through it don't count. So this is whiskey. Here's our next word. Here's the bottom of it. Here's our first letter. It's a vowel because it's a small circle with a line going towards the middle, so it's an I. And here's another S because 1, 2, 3 lines is, just like this is. And then here is the bottom of the next word. It's an omega with nothing on it. This dot is on this stem because it's on it. This dot's on this stem because it's on that stem. Anyway. B. A, hanging outside. 1, 2, 3 dots on this stem, making it an R. Here's an E, little circle on the line. L, 1, 2, 3 dots inside this. L. Here's another Y, just like this Y. I even had the dots in a similar spot. Anyway, barely. Here's our next and last word. Here's the bottom of it. It's an E all by itself, just like that E. Here's an N. It's got one line on it. It's going straight instead of this N, which had a curvy line. N. Here's an O on that N, like that. O. Here's a U, line going outwards. Here's a G. This stem with one line on it. Here's the one line. G. And here is our last letter. It's an H. One line, 2 lines ending on it, on this stem, H. And here's a period to end it off. Period. So yeah, too much of anything is bad, comma, but too much good whiskey is barely enough.